Hello people, today we are going to talk about a topic that I love, essays of books. As you know, I love reading, so I tell you a little about my three six favorite books. Um, we start. In the third place is Harry Potter. This essay written by J.K. Rowling, which has 7 books. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince Mystery, and Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows. These books describe the adventures of the young apprentice of magic, Harry Potter, and his friends Hermione Granger and Ronald Weasley, during the years that they spent in the Hogwarts School. The plot centers on the fight between Harry Potter and the evil Lord Voldemort, who murdered Harry's parents in a failed attempt to kill Harry. In order to end the prophecy that said he's now dead, Voldemort cannot end the life of Harry Potter because the latter, being protected by the love of his mother, manages to protect himself and at the same time acquire a relationship with Voldemort that where his lighting shaped scar comes from. My favorite books are Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix and Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows. In this book, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, Harry has huge evolution. We begin to see in him and his friends the chance of adolescence, rebellion, and taste for boys and girls. Harry and some people in the Wizarding world already know that the one who should not be named has returned, but most people do not believe Harry, and this is how much of the school year bothers him. Harry fears that at any moment Voldemort will go for him. Plus, he thinks about the Order of the Phoenix. It is an order in which several members of the magical world have the mission to protect Harry and any person of Lord Voldemort and his death eaters. And they look for clues and answers breathe of him. Several of Harry's acquaintances are inside the order, including his good father Sirius Black, with whom he will try to keep in touch even though he has to be hiding in his own home. The end of the book is very sad because they are Harry and his friends in the Ministry of Magic fighting against the Death Eaters. When Bellatrix Lestrange murders Sirius Black, a character to which he holds quite fondly throughout the book. In Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows, this Harry course will not be able to go to Hogwarts. He has more important tasks for the magical world to locate and destroy all the Horcrux, but he will not be alone. He will count as always with your friends Ron and Hermione, who will accompany him on this dangerous journey. Harry will leave behind the security that other magicians try to give him and will have to face great dangers to save his life and that of many others. Harry turns 17 years, the age of majority in the magic world, so the protection in the protection spell at home on the Dursleys disappears. He will not be able to come back anymore. Just the members of the Order of the Phoenix. The visa plan to try to get him out of there safe and sound until the bujo. A plan that obviously will not work out as expected. Here begins the last and most risky adventures of the sage. Harry, along with Ron and Hermione, will have to save the magical world, which is under the power of Lord Voldemort and his dead aiders. Some of whom are most as terrible as him. During the search, they will have to visit the different parts of the United Kingdom, either to protect themselves or because it is an important place for Lord Voldemort. And he could have hidden something here. Thus they will run into another mystery, the Daily Hallows. These are three elements: the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Invisibility Clock. Was honored to be the Master of Death. It also has, again, very sad, because Hogwarts students, school staff, and members of the Order of Phoenix joining the famous Battle of Hogwarts to fight Voldemort and his Death Eaters. In this last book, we lost very their characters, such as Dobby, Fred Weasley, and Tonks Remus Lupin, who has just married and has a child. At the end of the book, an epilogue appears where they use very briefly how things are going 90 years later. In the second place is Hush Hush. This essay was written by Becca Fitzpatrick, which has 4 books: Hush Hush, Crescendo, Silence, and Final. Hush Hush tells the story of Nora Gray, an apply student seeking a college scholarship, living with her widowed mother on a farm outside of Portland, Maine. Nora had never been particularly attracted to her school classmates, and despite the efforts of the of her best friend B. That's how it was until Patch arrived with her icy smile and eyes that seemed to see inside. Nora feels desolate by him. After a series of frightening encounters, Nora does not know what truth, and when she tries to find the some answer, he discovers a truth that is more disturbing that anything that Patch makes him feel. In Crescendo continues the story of Nora, who, despite her fascinating relationship with Patch and having survived a murder attempt, is far from perfect. Patch is starting to move away, and Nora, Patch is starting and move away, and Nora does not know if it is for her own good or because he is increasingly attracted, interested in her enemy Mercy Millian. Bad. In addition, a series of images. A series of images about her father repeatedly harass her, as Nora immerses herself in the mystery of her death. I'm sorry. She begins to suspect that her Nephilim blood may be related to Maiden, but Patch does not give her any answer. So she decides to investigate on her own, risking herself to the limit. Nora. In silence, the confusion has dissipate, and there is nothing that disturbs the relationship between Patch and Nora. They have overcome the secrets hidden in Patch's dark past, and they have gone through irreconcilable worlds. They have faced overwhelming evidence of betrayal, loyalty, and trust, and all for a love that transcends boundaries between heaven and earth. And sorry, armed with the absolute faith that they have in each other. Patch and Nora now face a billion who wants to end once and for all what they have struggled to achieve, including their love. And finally is my favorite book of the Sage. In this book, Nora and Patch thought their problems were over. With Hank out of the game, they will finally have rank. But now, without Hank, Nora's unwittingly become the leader of the Nephilims and has to finish. I'm sorry. And has to finish what started, which means that he must angels destroy the fallen angels. This with Thames Patch. Nora, we will never allow that to happen. Makes a plan with Patch. They will make everyone believe that they have broken. They will convince the Nephilim that they are making a mistake and will thus avoid war. See, nothing. But knowing the details of Hirner roll closely, Nora feels hopelessly seduced by the power that this confers. The battle begins. Nora and Patch will have to confront the difference that have always existed between them. What I like most about this last book is the variety of characters. Some are added to the Sage and some others return to the book, sorry. And each one brings great surprise with him. In the first place is Maze Runner. This Sage was written by James Dashner, which has 3 books and 2 prequels. The Maze Runner, Scorched Trails, The Dead Cure, The Kill Order, and The Fever Code. Maze Runner starts with Thomas, our protagonist, inside a dark elevator in motion. The only thing he can remember is his name. He does not know who he is. nor where is it going. But he is not alone. When the box arrives at its destination, the doors open and he is seen behind by a group of young people, young boys. It is located in the glade, an open space surrounded by gigant walls. Like Thomas, none of the guys who are there know how he got there. Not why. Nothing. What is certain is that each morning the doors of the stone of the maze that walls that surrounds and then open in the morning and the night then close. And that every 30 days someone is delivered by elevator with more food and people. Yes. Practically after the routine of the place is a girl arrives. The first went to the glade, and even more is the mesh, leather. The leather it brings. Thomas is more important that he imagines, but for that you must discover the dark secrets stored in your mind. Please keep in mind that to achieve it, running is the key, or he will die. In the Scorcher's Trails, In the Scorcher's Trails, Thomas and his friends rest after escaping to the maze, and finally they feel they are safe. But Grace wake them up and comfort them with an even more terrifying reality than the previous one. To survive them, they must undertake a journey in which each challenge will face new dangers. Burning hair, destruction, and unbreathable air. Sorry. Each step is a surprise on an almost apocalyptic walk. What was left of the world was the line through which they must make a pilgrimage to hope. Placed, persecuted, surrounded by madness, disease, and death, threatened by bodies with swords, devastated by the flame, without being able to trust the delirious, hungry, and violent adults, violent people who lurk at every step. But for Thomas, the worst will be to discover that what little he believed authentic in his life could also be a trap. That Cure it's my favorite book of the sage. It's the most exciting and the catches during a matter of seconds. Newt is my favorite character. I love you. I love so much. Sorry. In this dear book, Thomas can shut up. In this dear book, Thomas cannot trust Cruel. The organization erased his memories and locked him in the maze. Then he left him on the beach of death, in the desert, the scorch. And they separated him from the inhabitants, the friends, the people, his only friends. Yes. No crazy assures that the time of the lies is over. With all the information that he gathered, yes, Thanks to the test, he is in a position to advance in the healing of the flame, but Thomas must go through the final test. The cure is the sorry. The cure is the expected end of the Maze Runner saga. In it, James Dashner develops a daring plot to the limit where no one seems to be safe in a sick and desperate world, where healing and death are the future that awaits defeated humanity. The saddest, very saddest book of the day will be the cure, because sorry, why? Because it is full of tragedies and murders and deaths and deaths. The most important for me, in my opinion, is that of Newt. Why? Because consumed with the flame, he begs Thomas, his best friend, who killed him, and Thomas, after many unsuccessful attempts to convince him, he falls at the request of his best friend and kills him, an event that will torment him for the life. In Kill Order, the life of the world is narrated before there was Cruel, before the maze was built along, before Thomas entered the glade. The solar flares scourged the earth and destroyed the world that humanity took for granted. Mark and Trina were there when this happened. This happened and they survived, but surviving the flares was easy compared to what could come next. Noah, this is that close the mean with anger and pain. Wait a moment. Expands throughout the territory, and there is something very suspicious about its origin. Worse still, it is mutating, and the evidence suggests that I will put humanity on its knees before chaos. Prior to a more certain and frightening death, Mark and Trina are convinced that there is a way to save the few remaining from madness, and they are determined to find it if they can stay alive and healthy, because in this new and devastating world, every life has a price. Kill Order is the first prequel to the Maze Runner trilogy. This paints tell the story of the fall of the world and civilization, and how the flame, a disease that began to drive the inhabitants crazy, made some people think of drastic and cruel solutions for the survival of humanity or people beings of the planet on the verge of delirium and extinction. The last book in the paper cut, the second prequel of to this sage. Sorry, everything will be revealed. This is the story of how Thomas and Cruel built the maze. With the arrival of the flames, there was a chaos in the world. The forest burned, the lakes and rivers dried up, and the sentence overflowed, etc. Then came a plague, and the fever spread throughout the world, the earth. Families died, violence reigned, and men killed men. Cruel appeared. We were looking for an answer, And then they found the perfect boy, the perfect people, the perfect boy. And the boy's name is Thomas, or protagonist of the first book of the trilogy Maze Runner. Uh, Now there are secrets, lies, and there were loyalty stories that you could never have foreseen. This is the story of Thomas and how he built the maze that only he could knock down. Everything will be revealed. A prequel to the global phenomenon Maze Runner, the Code is the book that has all the answers. The lies will be exposed, the secrets will be discovered, loyalty will be proven. Before the maze existed, the favorite code was produced. The favorite code was produced. He's my cat, Cisco. Say hello. Me odia. She is Amy, my other cat. Wait. Okay, that was all for this occasion. I hope everything has been to your liking and that you have the for this occasion. I hope everything has been to your liking and that you have the opportunity to read this incredible size. Thank you for attention. I love. Bye. Say bye. Bye.